Is it snowing outside? It is snowing. Take a look at that. Well, that means I better stay inside and give you a tour of my apartment here in Calgary, Alberta. It's cold out there. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a tour of my place in this video. So I'll start with the entryway. This is the entrance to my apartment. Now this is called a basement suite because it's in the basement, it's underground. You saw the stairs going up, right? So I'm underground. That's called a basement suite. Okay, so this is my entryway. This is a little closet here to store some stuff, okay? So you come in the door and then there's my apartment. Okay, first let's take a right here into the furnace room, okay? Check out the furnace room and the laundry room. So this is my washer and dryer here, and this is the furnace of the house. Cool. This is the hot water heater, and this thing is the furnace. It keeps the whole house warm. Okay, so that's the furnace room. You can see usually the furnace room in houses here in Canada is like this. It's not finished. You know, you can see all the pipes and the walls aren't finished. So that's usually what it looks like. And usually some like hard concrete floor, no carpet or anything like that. Most of the time houses are like that here in Canada. Okay, so let's turn off the light to save electricity. So here we go. Which room should I go in? Well, let's go into the bathroom next, okay? So this is my bathroom here. It's my shower, okay? Shower up there, bathtub. Hey, there's me. It's awkward. Okay, that's my sink and my hand soap. Look at that. That's how you wash your hand. Only one hand, not two hands. Okay, so next let's go into my bedroom here, okay? So this is my bedroom. That's where I sleep. And I have a bookshelf, my guitar, and check this out. This is my sauna. Do you know what a sauna is? Well, it's something that keeps you warm in the winter. It gets really cold down here in the winter. So sometimes I sit in my sauna here like this, and I put my laptop here and I answer comments or I edit my videos right here. So I sit in my sauna. I'll show you what it looks like. I zip it up like this, and then this sort of, I can't show you properly, but basically I put my arms through this hole here, and anyway, it comes up to here and it keeps my body really nice and warm. And I usually start sweating in here after about 20 minutes, maybe 15, 20 minutes. That's what a sauna is for. A sauna helps you sweat, and it's healthy to sweat, right? You know, here in Canada in the winter, sometimes people don't sweat. You know, if you don't exercise, or if it's really cold, you don't sweat, but it's actually very healthy to sweat. So that's why I like my sauna. Anyway, there's my room. Hey, what's this? This is my hot water bottle. Do you know what a hot water bottle is? Sometimes my feet get a bit cold at night when I sleep, so I put hot water in here and it keeps my feet warm at night. Okay, so next let's go into my kitchen and living room area. Okay, so this is my kitchen here. This is my table. This is where I eat, and I sit here. And this is my living room. I sit here and I edit videos or I answer your comments There, see, there's my computer. I was answering your comments about an hour ago. Okay, so that's my living room. Now, are you ready to see my studio? Here we go. The studio of... Here's the studio of Mad English TV. This is where the magic happens. Right here. This is where the magic happens. There's my camera, and this is where I sit. Right here, and I put my laptop here, and I teach you English right here in this room. Oh, I built this background for my videos. Do you like it? This is actually supposed to be flooring. This is called, these things are called vinyl planks. Okay, it's supposed to be for the floor, but I put some together to build for my background here at Mad English TV. And here is my picture of a tropical jungle with some nice parrots. Isn't it nice? It reminds me of being in a tropical country because I love warm countries with plants. You know, there are no plants in Canada. There's nothing like this. There's no palm trees, there's no nice birds, and it's a very cold place. Canada's very cold, so I love places like this. I think it's a bit crooked. What do you think? Does it look a little bit crooked? I think this side is too low. Yeah, this side needs to come up about there. We call that crooked. If something is not straight, then it's crooked. Okay, so what else can I tell you about my studio? It's a very simple studio and just made it myself. I bought these lights secondhand for $10 each. So that was $10, and that one there. I can't remember how much that one cost. I think I got that one for free actually. That's the box that my vacuum cleaner came in. Put it up there. So you can see my studio is sort of makeshift. It's a makeshift studio. Makeshift means you just sort of figure it out yourself. It's not an official sort of a professional studio, but I did try to make it professional, right? I tried to make it look nice with this background and with the lights and my TV. You know, it doesn't cost very much to set up a studio like this. If you want to set something up. Now, in the future, I'll make a video about sort of starting a YouTube channel and setting up a studio like this. But for now, I'll just tell you, it's not very expensive. You know, I bought those lights for like $10. This table I bought at IKEA for like, I think $20. That stool there, I don't know, maybe like $40. And this background I built, I think for $30, and this desk I think was a bit expensive. I think I paid about $100 for this. That's maybe like 80 or 90. I think it was close to 100. And this TV I bought secondhand for I think about $375. So it's not that much. The camera, that's the most expensive. This camera cost me almost $1,000. Okay, so there's my studio, Mad English TV. And there's some exercise equipment there. So, welcome to my humble abode. Welcome to my humble abode. Humble abode just means the place where you live. It's just a humble place. Now, you might be wondering, why don't I have any furniture? Well, I do. I have one chair. I have a chair there. But, you know, maybe you're wondering why there's no couch or no, like, paintings on the wall and stuff like that. Well, the answer is because I don't want to live here. I don't want to live here very long. I want to buy my own place in the future. So if I would have like couches and stuff, if I buy that now, then that just means I have to move it later, and it's hard to move, you know, big pieces of furniture. So that's why I don't have much stuff here, because I don't want to be here for very long. Now I made a list of some pros and cons about renting a basement suite. Okay, pros and cons means advantages and disadvantages. You know, to be honest, there are a lot of disadvantages, in my opinion, of living in a basement suite. But it's a nice place, right? I mean, it's clean, it's a new house. It's a very new house. I think this house was built in about 2014, maybe 2013 or something like that. So it's a nice place. I like it, but for making videos, it's really not great. Oh, I just heard the first reason. I'll tell you the first reason why I don't like it. It's because the furnace, okay, take a look at this. The furnace is really noisy, okay? That's one disadvantage. You can hear it starting, right? It's starting in a few seconds. There it goes, okay? That's really loud, isn't it? It's very loud. So the first reason I don't like living in a basement suite is because of the noise. It's a real big problem when I try to make videos. Yeah, the furnace actually isn't the biggest problem. The biggest problem is the people upstairs. When they walk, it's very loud and I can hear everything they say. That's why I'm whispering now, because maybe they can hear me when I'm talking. So when people are walking up there, it's really, really loud. These ceilings and the walls are paper thin. Paper thin means very thin. Okay, so I mean, it's paper thin. I can hear everything they're saying upstairs. I can hear, when they're washing dishes, I can hear everything. So it's really not the best situation. When I'm making videos here, I don't like the idea of other people hearing me. So I don't know why. I like peace and quiet. When I make videos, I just like to have a very quiet place. So it's very distracting, if people are walking upstairs or if they're talking loudly or if they're, watching something on TV, I can hear everything. So that's a big problem. Okay, I'll go back to my list here. So that was a con, but what's the pro? Some pros. Okay, the first pro of living in a basement suite is that it's cheap. I'm paying $825 a month for this place. Okay, $825 Canadian a month, and that includes all utilities. Okay, so that's really nice. That includes, water, electricity, gas, internet, even internet. Okay, I can use their internet, so that's really nice. That's a big advantage. That's a big pro. Now, the second advantage is that you don't have to sign up for your own utilities. Okay, in a lot of other places, like if you buy a place or if you move into a new apartment here in Canada, you have to sign up for your own utilities with the city. Okay, so if this was like my own place, I would have to go to the city of Calgary and sign up for, water, gas, electricity, and then I have to pay all those bills. So that's a really big advantage of having a basement suite, because usually the people upstairs, they've done all that, right? So they just pay everything and then I pay them. But actually, in my case, $825 is all inclusive. So I just pay them $825 a month and they pay for the utilities. So that is really nice. But every situation is different here in Canada. Sometimes if you rent a basement suite, the person downstairs has to pay like 40% utilities and the people upstairs pay 60%. Or, sometimes they will pay for a few utilities, but you have to pay for some other utilities, or you have to get your own internet, or, every situation is different. So you just have to ask, the people what the arrangement is going to be. But that's really nice that they pay for everything and I don't have to sign up for my own utilities. Okay, so those are the two big advantages of living in a basement suite a lot of the time. It's the cheapest place you'll find in Canada. This was the cheapest place I could find, where I could make videos and have enough space to live. Actually, this is more than enough space. I don't need all this space, but it's okay to have some extra space, right? So it's cheap and you don't have to pay for utilities. Okay, now let's look at the list again, and let's see what the next con is. Well, actually, I didn't talk about one thing, the noise. The noise, they actually have their doorbell. Is this the doorbell? Or is the doorbell in here somewhere? I can't remember, but the doorbell is downstairs here. So if someone comes to visit them upstairs and they ring the doorbell, it rings down here. So that's really bad. You know, if I'm making a video and they get some guests or something, ding dong. I really don't want to have to deal with that. You know, that's why I make most of my videos at night after they've gone to bed. So right now when I'm making this video, I think it's about midnight. Maybe it's 1 o'clock. It's somewhere after midnight right now. Okay, so most of the videos I've made here at Mad English TV have been after midnight. That's why I love being in Thailand, because my videos in Thailand were in the day. You know, I could sleep at night and make videos in the day. Well, when I'm here in Canada, a lot of my videos are at night, and that's not good for me. It's not healthy to make videos at night and sleep in the day. So, so noise, that's the biggest thing for me. That's the biggest con. Now the second thing is the temperature. The temperature can be a big problem because, like I showed you here, the furnace is down here, right? But the thermostat is upstairs. Okay, so they control the heat. They control the temperature of the house. Now, sometimes that means it's really cold down here, and sometimes it can mean it's also very hot. They just use the bathroom. You can hear the water running through these pipes, right? So that's another example of how the noise can affect my life down here. Okay, but the temperature in basement suites, that's a big problem in almost every basement suite, because the people upstairs control the temperature. So that means if it's a very sunny day outside, right, and the sun warms the upstairs part of the house, very often that means downstairs it's very cold, because the thermostat thinks it's a warm day, so it doesn't need to heat the house, but downstairs it can be pretty cold. I just heard them walking around upstairs, so I have to whisper because I don't want them to hear me making this video. So so the temperature can be a real problem if you live in a basement suite. Now, what's the next thing on my list? I'll go into my room. Maybe they can't hear me if I'm in my room. Okay, so the third con is privacy. I don't have very much privacy here because, like I said, they can hear everything I say down here. They can hear everything I do. Did you just hear, I think the water heater go on? So let's see here. So it's not the heater, it's this thing. Okay, so the water heater went on. So there's a lot of things that can make noise in this house. So I think noise is the biggest reason why I need my own place, so I can control the noise. Okay, now the second thing about privacy is that this door, see this door here? That goes up to their house. Now it's locked from their side, so I can't, look, I can't open it, right? So they can come into my apartment anytime they want, but I can't go up into their house. So that's a very bad thing, right? That means my privacy is not protected. I mean, they're very nice people. They're very nice people, so I trust them. I know they're not going to come and steal my things, but still, you know, they have some things stored in here. I can't use this room because it's just a very small storage room, because they have some things stored in there. And sometimes if they need something, they can come down and get it. So it's not a good situation for privacy. This is not good at all. So that's the third big problem with this basement suite that I'm living in right now. Is there's not a lot of privacy in this place. So that's a big problem. Now the fourth thing on my list is safety. Now, like I said, I trust them. I know they're not going to do anything bad, but anybody who's upstairs can have access into my apartment down here, and I don't like that. That means, let's say they forget to lock their door. If they forget to lock their door and some bad people go into their house, that means those bad people could just come down into my basement suite here and they could steal any of my stuff, or they could kill me. Now, I hope nobody kills me, but that's something to think about, right? Privacy, safety. Now I can lock this door here, right? So that's good. I have control over that, but I don't have control over this door here. So that sort of puts my safety at risk. But like I said, I trust them. They're nice people. They're not going to do anything. Hey, look at this calendar. A nice little hedgehog here eating some raspberries. It's August. It's not August. It's March. I moved into this basement suite in August. What year is this? Is this even... Oh, it's 2018. Well, I moved into this basement suite in August 2018, and this calendar was here when I moved in. So I didn't even notice it until now. I haven't touched that calendar the whole time I've moved in. Okay, what else is on my list? Okay, we had noise, temperature, privacy, safety, and sun. Sun, that's another thing. Okay, you can see these windows are very high up there, right? Like, I'll show you a picture of what this kind of window looks like from outside. But basically, this whole place is completely underground. And there's no sun because this window faces north. And I have one more window in my studio here, right? And that one also faces north. And there's a big house right over there. So that means I get zero sun, absolutely no sunshine. And if you're in Canada here in the winter and you're living in a basement suite, it can be very depressing. It can be dark and cold and depressing. So that's why I have some lights. You can see I have some lights here, and even look at this. I have this kind of light. This is called a happy light. It's called a happy light because it helps you deal with winter depression. Winter depression is a very big problem here in Canada. When there's no sun, people get depressed in the winter. So it's nice to have a happy light. That's why I bought it. It's supposed to sort of give off the same kind of light as the sun. So I don't know, sometimes I turn it on and I just sit here and I look at it. And I imagine I'm in a warm country like Thailand or the Philippines or somewhere like that. Hey, take a look at my teapot. Isn't that a nice little teapot? Here, I don't know if you can see it with my bright light. Take a look at that. Do you want to come over for a tea party? We can have a tea party here in my nice basement suite. Oh, I just thought of one more thing that I want to show you, and that is this. This is called a space heater. If you live in a basement suite, you might want to get a space heater just to keep your feet warm, or just to warm up one room or something. That's why it's called a space heater, because it just heats up a small space. Okay, that small thing can't heat up very much. It just heats up a very small space. I just sit in front of it to keep my feet warm if it's cold down here. So you might want to get a space heater if you rent a basement suite, because even walking around now, you know, on the floors here, it can be cold because, I mean, it's in the basement of the house, right? Okay, so let's see. We have our list of cons here. Okay, so my last con that I just want to mention is that when you live in a basement suite, you're living in someone else's house. And so you're always a little bit, you know, worried about, you know, you don't want to cause problems for them. It's their house, they live there, right? You want to be quiet, you don't want to make any noise, or I don't want to damage anything, right? Like, look at this kitchen here, right? This is not a very, it's not a very proper kitchen. You know, most apartments in Canada have a much better kitchen than this. Okay, so, you know, sometimes when I'm cooking here, I'm worried about, am I gonna make the ceiling brown or the walls? You know, I'm just a little bit, just a bit uncomfortable living in someone else's house. So that's really why I want to get my own place, so I have my privacy, I can control the noise, I can try to make it as soundproof as I can for making videos. And I hope I can make videos in the daytime so I don't have to stay up all night to make videos. But you know, sometimes in life, it's you find yourself in situations that are not ideal, but you have to make the best of the situation. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make the best out of this situation, but I hope at some point I will be able to afford my own house. And one of the things I want to do when I have my own apartment in the future, I want to start a cooking show. I want to start a cooking show. I think you're really going to like my cooking show. But I can't really do that here because I don't have a proper kitchen. So in the future, when I have my own apartment, I've got a lot of ideas. I'm gonna be able to make a lot more videos. So I'm really looking forward to that, making a lot more videos, new kinds of videos, interesting videos, my cooking show. But for now, I'm thankful I have a place to live. Hey, tell me about your place. Where do you live? Do you live in a basement suite? Do you live in a condo? Like, a condo and apartment mean the same thing. Okay, usually we use the word condo if you own it, and we use the word apartment if you're just renting it. But maybe you live above ground in a nice house. Well, hopefully, that's my dream too. I want to live in a nice house. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Now, the reason I'm not living in my own apartment yet is because the banks won't lend me money, because I'm self-employed, right? I don't have a normal job. If I had a normal job, then I could get a mortgage from the bank. But banks in Canada don't like self-employed people like me. But hopefully in the future, I'll be able to figure something out and get my own apartment. That's my dream. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a great day or night, wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you guys over in the next episode of Mad English TV. Take care.